Hey guys, it is MattySports bringing you my Week 11 predictions of the 2013 college football season. Last week I went 7-3. I got my upset special wrong. I thought Iowa could upset Wisconsin, but that did not happen. And also Florida State beat Miami pretty convincingly, so that was at least good for me. So overall 7-3, not a bad week, pretty decent. And now we're on to Week 11. And I have 10 more games for you guys right here. I'm going to try and make this video a bit quicker because I'm making this Thursday, and Thursday night has a couple of big games. So without further ado, let's get into the first one with Thursday night of number 10 Oklahoma traveling on the road to number 6 Baylor. Now, Baylor has the best offense in college football. Oklahoma's kind of been doing better after their win over Texas Tech. But Baylor at home, I see Baylor winning this. I think the home crowd on a Thursday night will be to Baylor's advantage. I think Baylor should probably win this pretty easily. I would think I'll give Baylor winning this by about 2 touchdowns. And next, the other Thursday night game of the doubleheader, I guess you could say. It is the biggest game of the week, and it is number 3 Oregon traveling on the road to number 5 Stanford. Now, there's a number 3, number 5 matchup earlier in the season with Florida State and Clemson. The number 5 team ended up winning that. But Oregon's on the road at Stanford. Now, Stanford did beat Oregon last year to crush their national title championship hopes. So I think Oregon's going to want some revenge. And I think Oregon's going to be able to go into Stanford and come away with a win. Although I really hope, since I'm a Florida State fan, that Stanford wins because that would be great for me. But unfortunately, I see Oregon winning this by, I'll give them a field goal. I think it'll be a pretty close game still. Next up, we have an SEC West matchup of Arkansas traveling on the road to Ole Miss. Bo Wallace at quarterback. He's been doing pretty good for Ole Miss this year, and Robert Nkemdiche on the defensive line for Ole Miss. Their defense has been pretty good. Arkansas has just had a lackluster season, not that great. I see Ole Miss winning this one pretty easily at home. Next up, we have a Big Ten matchup of Nebraska traveling on the road to Michigan. Now, Michigan came off of a loss against their rival Michigan State, and Nebraska came off of a win against Northwestern with a Hail Mary pass. So I think Nebraska is going to be able to ride that Hail Mary victory into Michigan and come away with a win here. So I like Nebraska in this game. Next, we have an ACC Coastal game of Virginia Tech traveling on the road to Miami, Florida. Now, this game's kind of big in the ACC Coastal, although Virginia Tech and Miami both did lose last week, so even if Miami loses, they'll still have a game lead on Virginia Tech. But this could be a trap game for Miami. Miami did lose their star running back Duke Johnson in their loss to Florida State, so I think it could be a tricky game, but Miami is at home, and I think they'll be able to rebound after that loss, and I see Miami winning this game, solidifying their division championship. Next up, we have American Athletic Conference game of Houston traveling on the road to number 21 UCF. Now, I'm personally going to be going to this game with my friend Matt, who was in the Week 2 predictions video. I'm going with him, and this is going to be a pretty interesting game. Both teams are undefeated in the American Athletic Conference, so whoever wins this game is going to win their conference and get a BCS Bowl berth, pretty much. So I like UCF because they are at home. And from what I've seen, Storm Johnson and Blake Bortles have been a pretty good combo at quarterback and running back. And I haven't seen that much of Houston, but I mean they are undefeated, so they're a pretty decent team, hopefully, or I would think. But I like UCF at home because they play tougher competition, and I think they have the better athletes on the field. Next up, we have a Big 12 matchup of Texas traveling on the road to West Virginia. Now, I kind of see this as a trap game for Texas. Believe it or not, Texas is still undefeated in the Big 12, so props for them. They're still unranked, but they're going to have to travel into Morgantown, West Virginia. That's a pretty tough place to play. Oklahoma State got upset there earlier in the season. But I like the Longhorns. I like what they're doing this season, how they're being able to bounce back, and I'll take Texas on the road here. Next, we have a really, really interesting game of BYU traveling on the road to number 24 Wisconsin. Now, I almost picked this as my upset special, but I went against Wisconsin last week, and it didn't do well for me. And I'm not going to go against them this time. I'll take Wisconsin in this game. However, if BYU was at home, I would have picked them because, again, that altitude can really affect some people, and I think BYU could have pulled off the upset here, but since Wisconsin is at home, I'll take the Badgers at home. But next we have the upset special. This is a Big Ten upset for me. We have Penn State traveling on the road to Minnesota, and I'll take the Golden Gophers over the Nittany Lions. Now, Penn State does have Christian Hackenberg. He's a great pocket passer, but I just see Minnesota. They're having a pretty alright season so far, and they are at home. I think the fans will be behind them to support them, and I think that they can win this game. And lastly, we have the marquee game of the week, where College Game Day will be going to, and that is number 13 LSU traveling on the road to number 1 Alabama. Now, this is going to be prime time at 8 o'clock on CBS. LSU has beaten Alabama 6 of the last 8 years, I believe, or something along that number. But Alabama is at home. They are the number 1 team. LSU with Zach Mettenberger has been alright, but after that loss to Ole Miss a couple of weeks ago, I'm uncertain about them. So I'll take Alabama at home, but I do hope LSU wins. But Alabama's just the better team, and I see Alabama winning this. But that's it for Week 11 predictions, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below about the games I predicted this week or any games I missed. But I guess that'll be it. I'll see you guys next week for Week 12. This has been MattySports, and I'll see you guys next time.